Here we go! Live and on board, multicam setup. You're up front and you're out the rear right now. Insta360 X5's windsurfing. And today's session is a bit of a behind the scenes look. How do I get cool shots like this, and this, and this, and this, and this? All using the same camera and a little variety of mounts and setups that I've got to take you windsurfing live and on board. Cue credits! Right at the start, if you're new to this channel, I don't know where you've been. This is the Ride Along channel, where you are live and on board on a lot of my sessions, windsurfing in the summer and skiing in the French Alps in the winter. Being live and on board, I need cameras I can rely on. I need audio I can rely on. And I need subscribers I can rely on. So if you're new, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Check out what's been written in the description. Come and join me on Patreon for plenty more hints and tips, behind the scenes looks at these cameras and other little things that I use for windsurfing and snow sports too. So yes, this is the Insta360 X5 sticking out the front just here. And the one out the front is mounted on a FlyMount Duo. So this is a double mini FlyMount setup with a little sort of triangle bracing arm, keeping the camera as locked in, as steady and as solid as it can out the front there. I've got it a little loose so I can twist it as I tack and jive and go from side to side. There's no chance of it popping off and falling away. And as you can see from the little behind the scenes setup with both of these cameras, I definitely have some safety lines locking them in place, because as much as I want to say I trust everything, it's always better to have a backup just in case. What's your plan B? So this one out front is actually inside the Insta360 cage on the front of that FlyMount Duo. Hold that thought for a second, I'm going to make a turn. So it's inside the Insta360 cage, because that allows me to attach a little leash, a tiny little twine, goes through the cage just there, doubles back around the arm sticking out the front, and then I've got it tied around the mast as it's back up. So it should be pretty solid out there, and like I say, with all of these ones, I've never actually lost one yet. So let's keep fingers crossed, and hopefully I haven't just jinxed it by saying that. Sticking out the back, another camera in and amongst the spray. What I've done to try and help the spray run off it a little bit is an old diving trick. A little bit of saliva. Get your tongue involved, give it a bit of a licking, then a dry and a rinse, or a rinse and a dry in that order. Generally, yes, you're going to get some spray on the lenses, but generally it washes off pretty quick, or it just falls off, so you still get a pretty clear shot. And I do like the Clew shot. I think it's a really nice one from the back. The Clew is the back of the sail, by the way. It just allows you to really clearly see what's going on with my feet, with the sail and everything else. It's just a nice view. Really gives you that idea of speed as well. Woo-hoo-hoo! Now, a few little tricks to keep your cameras safe. They are waterproof. I've never used any of these clips inside a dive mount. However, you do have to be a bit careful, because if you don't quite do up the battery port properly or the charging port properly, and it may look like it's done, but you've just got to give it that extra little check, then it's not quite sealed and you could get water into it. And of course, electrical cameras on the inside, they don't like water. As much as they might do on the outside, on the inside, definitely not. So double check those tiny little bits just a millimeter and it's just enough to get the water on the inside. But double and triple check that every time you go on the water. Woo, it's windy today. The audio is synced over the top. Right now I'm in 25, possibly even 30 knots of wind. This is a very windy afternoon. So what I've got just under my neck here, slightly tucked into the wetsuit, is something called an InstaMic. Now Insta360 do have their own external mic, but from what I can tell, it's not waterproof. And that's where InstaMic are leading the market right now. They are as far as I can tell, again, it's the only waterproof microphone I can find. It's like a built-in memory card. Everything's internal here, and if I do fall in, it doesn't matter at all. And then what I do is once I've got these two cameras, they're running at the same time. Right now you can see if I go split screen or whatever else, they are running at the same time. And then I use Final Cut Pro when I'm back in the comfort of home. Final Cut Pro, and simply click Auto Sync. And it will all sync together beautifully. Two cameras and the audio, multicam setup, and then very little more is needed. I do click some settings, I change the light just a little bit. I'll clean up the audio just a little bit, but it's all done within Final Cut, so it's nice and easy. There's 360 plugins that you can use with Final Cut to edit it all within there, but actually the easiest way I've found to do it is use the Insta360 Studio. And basically I run through the clips that I've got, run through those 360 camera files, turn them into standard video files using the Studio, because it's just so easy, intuitive, and it just gives you a nice bit of control to set up what the video wants to look like. And one of my little tips when it comes to editing it, no one really likes the fisheye look. You can go as bubbly and as tiny planets, as Insta360 call it, as you want. It's kind of done, and it's kind of annoying looking at a fisheye lens the whole time. So as much as I can, when I'm editing these together, I look at the horizon and I try and get the horizon roughly level. And then that'll do, that's my setting point. Now, if you're enjoying these cameras and thinking I want to get one myself, in the description just down below, you'll find an affiliate link, which most importantly, if you use that link, each time you buy something, you're buying me a beer or so. So it's greatly appreciated, a great way of supporting me on the channel and keeping me going with these videos. But for you guys, you actually get a bit of a discount. And depending on what time of year you order it, when you order it, there's various different promos that will be affiliated with that link or linked into the link. So just keep checking it out. And if you're not sure, you can always drop me a message and I'll tell you what's going on or when the next promotion's starting. Right now I'm using the long extension, that FlyMount Duo out the front. I just want to show you a little comparative shot, because in honesty, it's a really good shot. I love this view out the front there. But it does get a little bit annoying for jibing and transitions. So a lot of the time, just a classic FlyMount, the normal one without the extensions, gives you more than enough view. You can really zoom out, and again, avoid that fisheye look, and still get a really nice shot. So that's what you're looking at just now, is the normal FlyMount with no extension at all. Just the normal FlyMount on the mast, just below the boom. And with that normal FlyMount, because it's a bit less, let's say, protruding from the sail, you haven't got to worry too much about it hitting you or flapping around the place. So I really like the top of the mast look as well. Having a single FlyMount with this camera right up high. The cool thing with it is it can give you a bit of a drone style shot if you can get somewhere and chase your mates around. It's a very nice up above, almost drone-like shot as you're buzzing around the bay with your friends. I've used GoPros, I've used other standard action cameras, but for me, from now on, the 360s for action is the way to go. Film everything and worry about what it looks like later. There's no question of, have I got it at the right angle? Have I got my feet or my head in it? Is it too high, too low, whatever. Just film it all and then have a bit of a play in the editing studios later. My other top tip for using these cameras is make sure you've got quick capture turned on. So you can just reach forward, touch the little circle once, the camera turns on and starts recording. If you've had enough of it, you just reach forward, tap it once, it stops recording and turns off. So you're saving your battery and you're saving your memory card, and most importantly, saving a long time of editing because you've only actually recorded the bits you want to record. Thank you as always for joining me here on the Ride Along channel. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button down below. And yes, caps are available through the merch link just down below. See you here in Vassiliki or elsewhere with these amazing Insta360 cameras at some point soon.